see. We're live. Thanks, Dana. Dana says they've been waiting all day for this. Well, I'm glad that someone's excited. I hope some people are interested. With my cat chilling in the background there, looking cute. What if the whole stream was just this? Hi guys. Yeah, I'm just waiting for like some more people to show up, and then I'll let everyone know what's up. Basically, I think what the plan is for this to do this as a live stream. I'm recording it on my end, and then editing down like a highlights version to upload later. I think I'll probably leave the live version up, but in case people are watching it later, just want, like a more tightly edited version, that's probably what I'll do. But let's see how this goes. This is new territory for everyone. Hi guys, just looking at the chat here. Howdy! Yeah, I've been talking about Modelland for a while now, but I've just been busy with other stuff, and the top model videos are not like the highest viewed ones in the world, so it hasn't been right at the top there. But now seems like the perfect time to be getting into it. This is for highlights. No, this live stream, I'm just doing it. I'm just going to be reading through. Not the whole thing, obviously, in one go, but I'm going to read through the book, talk to you guys about it, talk about random stuff, and then later I'll probably do an edited version of this that's just like the highlights of the review portion of it. If people like it, we'll see how it goes. What's my cat's name? Aw, my cat's Ash. They're asking about you. Everyone loves you, including me. Hi, Matt. Halson's book club, yeah. Okay, there's like I think a good amount of people in right now to start explaining some stuff. Okay, so if you didn't see me announce on Twitter, what I would like to do today is a live reading of Tyra Banks' hit book Modelland. If you don't know what Modelland is, I talked about it a little bit in my Top Model Tyralicious Moments videos, but basically supermodel Tyra Banks decided to do a young adult novel, kind of Hunger Games, Harry Potter-esque, using a self-insert of herself that goes to Modelland, which is a magical school for models. Lots of crazy stuff happens in it. She had a theme song that she made for it, which I'll find the link and I'll put it in there. I'll put it in the chat for you guys so you can listen to it. It's you've never heard anything like it. It's the first time I've heard of a book having a theme. Right, so I put it in the chat there. Tremendous. So, yeah, this is good timing for this, actually, because just recently I discovered that Tyra Banks has put up a website now for the real Modelland. Tyra Banks would like to create, according to the website, it is not a theme park. It is not a theme park. But this is what initially this was pitched as when I saw it in the news forever ago. She wanted to do a Modelland theme park that's themed to her weird self-insert land. But now it appears to just be like photo shoots, and like it's just like an expensive thing people can pay to go to and like be pampered, and the site includes things like Modelland elixir and artisan truffles and stuff like that. I'll put that link also in the chat. It's worth a look. It's pretty hilarious. It's good stuff. Oh man, good stuff. Yeah, it got delayed due to Corona. What won't it take away from us? Especially Modelland. Tyra Banks did a whole finale. She did a whole finale for one season of America's Next Top Model that was reenacting scenes from this book. And it was pretty hilarious getting all of the girls to say, like, I'm Tukey. That's the name of her self-insert character. Yeah. Okay. So, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna read maybe a chapter or two. This thing is like, it's Goblet of Fire length. It's so long. I like this cover's pretty. I don't know if the resolution comes through very well in the webcam here, but kind of blurry and blown up. Not a very good graphic. Modelland. She wanted this to be just the next Harry Potter. Beauty is in the smize of the beholder. How many pages? Well, let's see. 569. Oh my god, look. She's done like a Lord of the Rings kind of illustration. Like the map of Mordor. Oh, some people are just finishing listening to the Modelland theme song. Did you enjoy that? Tyra Banks was 15 years old when she started modeling, the same age as Modelland's Tookie de la Creme. After establishing a supermodel career she could never have dreamed of, Tyra tackled the world of television, creating the hit show America's Next Top Model, which is seen in over 170 countries, and her 2-time Emmy Award-winning talk show, The Tyra Show, to become the super businesswoman she always wanted to be. Tyra is a leading voice in empowering girls and is dedicated to expanding the definition of beauty worldwide. She has blown the doors wide open for beauty. Even I can be considered beautiful thanks to Tyra Banks. Those kids outside were very scared of the beauty standards that have been opened up. Thank you for someone said they enjoyed the latest movie nights. Oh, Maricruz Covarrubias. Thank you. Oh, my makeup looks lovely. Thank you. It's because Tyra Banks made me feel empowered. Tyra invested 5 years in conceiving and writing Modelland, her first book of fiction, and only, I should note. This it's been quite some time. This was meant to be a trilogy, I believe. Has not written a sequel, but has created a theme park sequel. Her lifelong love of reading and storytelling is deeply embedded in every page. She was born in Los Angeles, lives in New York City, and has a vacation home in Modelland, where she is feverishly working on the next Modelland novel. Ah, too good. That's not even the about the author section. There is an about the author section. Oh, okay, it's the same. It's the same thing. She just put it in twice, just in case you wanted two about the authors. Tyra thanks every cafe she wrote in, including some in Morocco, on the different pages. What? No. I don't see it. I don't know. Oh, there's more of the illustration on the other side too. All right. No one gets in without being asked. And with her untamable hair, large forehead, and gawky body, Tookie de la Creme isn't expecting an invitation. Modelland, the exclusive, mysterious place on top of the mountain, never dares to make an appearance in her dreams. But someone has plans for Tookie before she can blink her mismatched eyes. Like a Raven dementia way. Tookie finds herself in the very place every girl in the world obsesses about, and 3 unlikely girls have joined her. Only 7 extraordinary young women become Intoxabellas each year. I believe Intoxabellas is the name of the different models at Modelland. Yeah. Famous, worshipped, magical. What happens to those who don't make it? Well, no one really speaks of that. Some things are better left unsaid. Thrown into a world where she doesn't seem to belong, Tookie glimpses a future that could be hers if she survives the beastly catwalk corridor and terrifying thigh-high boot camp. I'm just in the jacket! I'm just in the jacket! Or could it? Dark rumors like silken threads swirl around the question of why Tookie and her new friends were selected, and the shadows around Modelland hide sinister secrets. I apologize for the kids outside. They're just too excited about Modelland. They want to be in Toxabella so bad. Are you ready? Modelland is waiting for you. Modelland, Modelland. Right now, okay, right now in the chat we have 151, so I'm just curious if this is going to make the numbers tank down or if the numbers are going to go up. My cat's listening intently. She's just loafing over there. I don't know why she makes me laugh. She makes me laugh. Modelland by Tyra Banks. All right. The way she writes is like it's like the way she talks. It's the try too hard, like, hello fellow kids. How do you do, fellow teens? Yeah. I've known Ash longer than I've known my own cat. Oh, Ash is everyone. Ash is a friend to all children. Ghostwriter? I don't believe she has a ghostwriter, because it's too bad. It's too bad to have a ghostwriter. Okay. Now we begin the actual... Okay, the beginning of this book. You want to be there. You know you do. Don't lie, darling. It's okay. I know what you're thinking when you look up at that splendorous place atop the mountain. I know what fills you, spurs you on, it fuels your dreams. You're obsessed with being chosen. Everyone is. The land you thirst for has loomed at the top of the mountain in Metopia? Metopia! This is an insert. Metopia, a place that's all about Tyra Banks, and she calls it Metopia. Metopia. I wish I couldn't make this up. Metopia. It's spelled M-E-Topia. Metopia. The land you thirst for has loomed at the top of the mountain in Metopia for as long as you can remember. I know, Ash. She had to leave. She couldn't stay. Oh, she's going to eat. But for most of the year, it's covered in fog, its color changing with each passing day, as if it's a gargantuan mood ring. You begin your morning staring at the fog, longing for the fateful evening when it will turn a golden yellow, and then finally, like a push-up brassiere, lift. No! No! It's Tyra Banks' Hogwarts. I don't think this is supposed to be satire. Like, Tyra Banks legit, like, she thought this was gonna be Harry Potter. Look, she's got a sense of humor. She's got a sense of humor. I have to hold up the book so that you realize I am reading a real book. This is not... This is not made up. Oh, how you long for that moment with bated, fresh breath, I hope. For it signifies that the luminescent eye will soon blaze in the sky, bathing the whole world in gold, touching every one of its inhabitants, including you. But darling, it's no ordinary golden light. Once it tickles you, you are suddenly transported. You hear the softest of sighs, or faintest of giggles in your ear, even if you're standing alone. The once stale air around you becomes both sweet and tart, making your nose tingle and sending a charge of excitement through your brain. Your nose is tingling. The finest silk, the softest velveteen, or the supplest suede will brush your skin, but whatever you thought was touching you is nowhere to be seen. Ugh, sounds creepy. Like a ghost. Basking in the light is such a naughty tease, like getting a single lick of the most delicious butter pecan gelato you've ever tasted. It inflames your obsession, increasing your desire 100-fold. Tyra, do you need to be alone? Do you need some time? Dana Himrick, I feel like I'm tied to a chair and a serial killer is doing a speech in front of me. We are 2 pages in. 2 pages! Where the fuck am I at? Okay. You lust to go to the land to become one of the only famous people in the world. You ache to be a 7-7. I don't know how to pronounce this. This is how she has spelled it. The number 7, no space, capital S, Evan. 7-7. You long to be a 7-7. Hey, Allison, can't wait to see the Eddie episode of Baywatching Nights. Thank you. I can't wait to be a 7-7 and go to Modelland. But very few ever get the chance. Nevertheless, you... Excuse me. All these references, by the way. The butter pecan gelato. There's something later about, like, blood oranges. The air smells like blood oranges. This is all just because they're things Tyra Banks likes. This is the only reason. There's no narrative purpose other than Tyra Banks likes it, and this is Tyra Banks' dream land in her head, basically. Nevertheless, you and every young girl in the world vie for an opportunity on the day of discovery. There's lots of random capitalizations. The day of discovery, which is grander than every global holiday combined. This is bigger than Christmas! Making the delirium even more intense, the land sends 7 talismans called smizes into the world. 7 talismans called smizes. There's smize talismans in this book. You can't say there was a ghost writer in this. You cannot say someone else came up with the 7 smize talismans. I've done very little reading up on what happens in this book, so, the stuff I do know is from what she told us in Top Model, which was very strange out of context, so... I just want to say, some of this is kind of difficult to read because the way that she writes it, but also, like, if I mispronounce words, I'm kind of dumb. Perhaps dumber than Tyra Banks. Oh, I have a super chat. A Pineapple Pizza fan, the Pineappling, $5. I just want to say $5. Thank you. Says, now I wish... Ooh, going too fast. Now I wish Michael Myers actually killed Tyra Banks. Oh, no! I don't wish her dead. Otherwise we wouldn't have... Thank you for jingling. Otherwise we wouldn't have Modelland. Tyra Smize is a Horcrux! That's good. Okay. Thank you again, the Pineappling. Oh, man. The 7 Smize talismans. What an arcane word. Who thought of such a thing? Oh, Tyra. See, she's in on the joke. These smizes, which boost your odds of being chosen by 91%, are propelled through the world's waterways. What? Propelled through the waterway, like the hedgehog rings, the Sonic the Hedgehog rings come through water for some reason. Naturally, the week before the day of discovery, bathing, showering, pool use, and even sewer diving increase. Threatening a drought. What? It's turning into Waterworld. They gotta have those smizes. Chance meetings erupt into fisticuffs on occasion. Every girl wants to find a smize, darling. Oh, darling, too droll. But not nearly as much as you do. You ignore the slim odds and disregard the warnings you've heard since birth. Since birth, they have warned them of the Modelland. It's like the Willy Wonka chocolate factory golden ticket. They contaminate the water supply with smizes. You ignore the slim odds and disregard the warnings you've heard since birth, like how it's easier to grow 3 inches in a month than it is to score a spot in the newest class. Please have higher standards. This world is so dumb. You turn a deaf ear to the cautionary tales whispered in your hometown and throughout Metopia. Misa, go to Metopia! In dingy alleys and side streets of Pitter Patter? Is that the name of the town? Pitter Patter? It's one word? How big is the font in this book? It's unfortunately normal size. It's not huge. In dingy alleys and side streets of Pitter Patter, during shift changes in Shivera, and on assembly lines of Peppertown factories, like the rumor that the school often takes inhumane and irreversible disciplinary action, or that certain disposable... Oh, I got a couple super chats. I got one from Dark Eco 1. Doesn't have a message. If you want to send a message, just post afterwards. You didn't include it. Cartoon Kelly says, I got a golden smize. Oh, wait. I got a golden smize ticket. I got a golden smize ticket. I couldn't really fit it that well unless I changed it to 2 syllables. Thank you, Cartoon Kelly and Dark Eco 1. Yeah, let me know if Dark Eco sends a message. I don't see it here yet. Where am I at? Or that certain disposable civilian girls are brought to the land to be tortured and then killed, used as human sacrifices for ungodly experiments in animalistic rituals. How can Modelland continue to exist? Okay, what did Dark earn? Dark Eco 1 says, you earn a golden smize. Oh, thank you. The Real Manos. I believe that's Justin Cristelli, right? I hope I'm not getting that wrong. Thank you. Thanks for the smize is what he says. Thank you. I want to read all of the super chats, so if I miss any, please let me know. I don't want to ignore anyone. And thank you so much. Modelland is torturing and killing people. Oh, another one. Oh, okay. I'm missing. There's so many now. Thank you. Mikey Jesus? $5 says, I don't know why I'm reading them out. I just wanted acknowledged. Just popping in to say I love your content and find it relaxing, and a reminder to everyone to thumbs up every video they watch. Easy way to help out. Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. You know why I think I'm reading the numbers? It's like Aladdin $1 in Phelan's Aladdin $1 video. It's just fun to say. It's obvious why they torture them, the gossip mongers whisper. Those in the land bathe in civilian blood to maintain their breathtaking beauty. It's like Countess Bathory, right? Goodness great shoes! Excuse me, that's... Goodness great shoes. A literal bloodbath, darling. That crimson elixir must leave a nasty ring around the tub. And then there's the reality of the Pilgrim Plague, a form of sadness meets madness that compels unselected hopefuls to embark dadless on an unauthorized pilgrimage to the land. It's a sickness that comes with a quickness and afflicts the most determined... how am I going to make it through this book? And desperate. And the trek through the dangerous, diabolical divide always ends in dismembering death. Ouch. I believe there was another super chat. Oh my gosh, $20. Thank you, Mr. Jahari16. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. Super enjoying this live reading. Been looking forward to it since the Tyrelicious moments. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. This is 233. It's going up. So far, people haven't been turned off. I hope you're not having too much trouble following this. I know I'm breaking a lot, but that's fine. We're 3 pages in. We're really 3 pages in. I'll probably only get through 1 chapter. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my god, this is just the beginning. It's not even chapter 1 yet. Okay, let's do this. Alright. As the day of discovery dawns, however, you and every young girl around the world tune out the horrifying negatives and concentrate on the glitzy, gaudy, dream come true positive. You dredge up every ounce of self-confidence from deep within. This is my year, you say to yourself, and so does every other girl. They'll choose me for sure. Every girl feels the same way, except one. Tookie de la Creme. Another super chat. Is there a way to just look at super chats? Because I want to make sure... No, that's not it. Oh. Hit the chat. Hang on. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anyone. And Okay. Crimson Track says, I can't handle the fact the world is called Metopia. It's extra distracting, since there's a Nintendo game called Metopia. Oh, I see. That's why everyone was spelling it like the Me's. I see. No, it's different. Copyright Tyra. Will Tookie get a life-size Tookie doll? Oh, please. Please do Modelland dolls, Tyra. Please. Chapter 1. I don't know how to say... Okay, it's Tookie, but spelled stupid. So here's... I don't... How do I... How? With the spaces, and they don't put the I... It's Chuoki. I don't... This is like... Too Fast, Too Furious. You stick things or numbers and spaces and whatever. I don't know. I feel like I'm joining a cult. Maybe I am. I've drunk the Modelland Kool-Aid. I mean Blood Orangeade. Have you ever seen her? The girl whose face not even... The girl whose face not even the meanest person you know would describe as yuck, but you'd never in a million, no, a trillion years describe as alluring either. The girls whose eyes are 3 centimeters too far apart, and whose mouth is 4 centimeters too wide. My breasts are just too big, but not small enough, not big, I'm not ugly enough and not pretty enough. This is my immortal. This is my immortal for models. Not that you'd break out a ruler, but when you look at her, it's enough to make you say that something is definitely off. Come on now, you've seen her. She's the girl whose hair has multiple personality disorder and can't decide if it's supposed to be quasi-curly, silky straight, frantic frizzy, or wet and wavy, or maybe a power to the people fro. The girl whose body is a contradiction of itself. This is paragraph upon paragraph of Tyra just describing herself. The girl whose body is a contradiction of itself, a slightly hunched back from years of poor posture, one must presume. Feet the size of snowshoes, and stick figure arms, and legs so fragile you think you'd hear them screaming, "Feed me an entire grilled cow now!" What? See, she loves the hunches on Top Model. Like, she's like, yeah, this is the, oh, yeah. Like, she always does the, like, she loves this bit of advice, you know, like, this is the men's magazines, and this is the women's magazines. Yeah! I learned something from Top Model. An entire grilled cow. There's no ghostwriter on this. Maybe someone to kind of fix all the typos and make it a little bit legible. If you're confused, I think it might just be the book, because I'm a little confused. The girl with the humongous punch bowl-sized head, with a forehead that goes on and on and on, making her look like the weight of her cranium will topple her over and break her into 1,000 pieces. She's Megamind! And not only is her clothing painfully mismatched, so are her eyes, darling. Why do they keep putting darling in here? You heard me right. She has one green eye and one brown one. All of these things, she keeps saying all of these things like they're like, ugh, uggo, weird, people don't like that stuff. When this is like, they're like, ooh, 2 different colored eyes, that's great. These are like sought after things, and it's like, ugh, can you imagine? But these things will be what's unique about her. That's what makes her a model. Have you ever seen Tookie de la Creme? I bet you have, because it's Tyra Banks. Maybe you've even met her. You just don't remember her. No one ever does. For as unusual looking as she was, Tookie was a forget-a girl. One of the most forgettable girls in the entire world. But maybe not for long. I feel like if she had a head so big you thought she was going to topple over and shatter, you'd remember. You'd remember, and you'd be a little bit worried for her. Yeah, the mismatched eyes are a weird thing. You know, Dan Aykroyd has mismatched eyes. Maybe he is also a forget-a-girl until Modelland discovers his beauty. Our tale begins on a Thursday afternoon, the most ordinary of ordinary afternoons, a few days shy of the most unordinary day of the entire year. Tookie de la Creme was splayed on her back on the hallway floor of her school, the Bangle, Bobble, and Bead Institute. B3, as it was commonly called. Her large mismatched eyes didn't blink as she stared at the stained ceiling. Her gangly legs shot out at odd angles, as though she'd fallen from a 6-story building. Her enormous feet pointed straight up. An internal clock counted down the time in perfect cadence. T minus 6 minutes and 49 seconds. 48, 47. As Tookie waited, she lifted to her face a cold canister of whipped cream, inserting the nozzle straight into her mouth. This is going into her love of whipped cream. She pressed the trigger and delivered the airy sweetness directly to her tongue. A bit of cream accidentally dropped from her mouth and dripped onto her chin to her neck. Oh my god. This is just turning into porn. With each squirt, more and more of the cream fell into her snug-fitting hand-me-up blue blouse, which had once been her younger sister's. Another squirt landed in her hair. Good God! She then licked her tiny baby fingers from thumb to pinky and prepared for the next squirt. I'm scared. How was Tookie able to lie in the middle of her school's hallway during class time enjoying whipped cream from the can and not get herself into any trouble? Well, Tookie was the Institute's best skipper. No one, not even the most cunning teachers, noticed that she was gone when she skipped out of class way before most of her lessons ended. 'Cause she's a forget-a-girl. T minus 4 minutes, 33 seconds, 32, 31. As Tookie stretched her legs, the backs of her calves touched the bitingly cold marble, making her shiver. Most people would have found it uncomfortable, but Tookie was happy she felt something. At least she was still alive and breathing. Sometimes Tookie was so used to being a forget-a-girl that she thought she really was invisible. Someone was watching that episode of Buffy with the Invisible Girl. T minus 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2. A loud but familiar clanging made Tookie jump. The school's bell was actually an old-time buzzer that had long ago signaled factory shift changes. Because Tyra, that's what she knows. She remembers that. In days gone by before the Institute had taken over the building, B3 had produced 3 things: bangles, baubles, and beads. Once the bell stopped, a familiar rumbling made Tookie cringe. An oily belch followed, sending a thick cloud of greenish smoke through the vents. A stench filled the air. It smelled like a mix of gasoline, mold, melted plastic, and methane gas emanating from the bowels of the building. Excruciatingly loud school bells weren't the only relics left over from when B3 had been a factory. The administration had done very little in the way of renovation to convert the safety code deficient building into a proper institute of learning. The school let out belches and eruptions all day and leaked fumes from every crevice. Excuse me? The building farts, guys. There's no other way to say it. The building farts. Oh my god. This can't be what factories are like, right? They don't, fart. Factories don't fart through the... Especially if you're not even, producing anything anymore. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe from, the machinery. But why would it... Why would the building just fart? Genius world building. You're right, Mobius. Groaning, the students emerged from their classrooms. This is a corrupt world, by the way. The murders on Modelland, the farting buildings. Ugh, Ariella Bertona. Ariella Bertona wailed, fanning the odors from her face. I'm not going to survive this book. Nasty, Tatiana Sharon said, pressing a sachet of dried flowers to her nose. Hmm. The B4 Institute tooted again. Oh, I thought it was B3. Jason Milano chortled, trotting out the school's oldest, tiredest, but aptest joke. B4 Institute? That's a joke? Oh, I see. They're gonna explain it. I'm the dumb one. Everyone called the school B4 for bile, barf, belches, and butt bombs. Tyra Banks was not young when she wrote this. She's not old, but she's not young enough for this. Jason Milano. You think it's after like Alyssa Milano? More doors were flung open, and the sound of footsteps thundered through the halls. Tookie quickly closed her eyes. She then peeked to see just how far the approaching mob was from her prone body. 9 feet away, she estimated. The conversations of passerby began to wash over her. Tookie felt like a fly on the wall. Zarpessa says she's spending 50,000 on her prep, said an annoyed female voice over Tookie's head. Hag, what do you think the look will be at T-Dod this year? A girl with a forehead tattoo whined. I hope my tatted face will be in. Don't hold your breath, Inky. Oh, sorry, this is a guy. Don't hold your breath, Inky, a male voice answered. Another voice floated over from the other side of the corridor. If they don't choose me, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I'll die if I end up working in a belt buckle factory like my mom. I've been crying for a month straight. I hope my eyes aren't going to stay all puffy like this. This is a horror world. Oh, I have another super chat. Cartoon Kelly says, should she get off the floor? Yeah, maybe. Right, everyone. I'm loving these comments, by the way. She's in her mid-40s now. Yeah, so she must have been late 30s, early 40s when she wrote this. This was when Top Model was in like season 12. I forget the year exactly. I'm not sure there's a year on the book. Many of the conversations had to do with the big event that was taking place in 2 days, the Day of Discovery, which most people shorten to T-Dod. I got another super chat from Lariel. Get on Ariella Bertona's level. Lariel says, I guess we can add Tyra to the list of people who wrote a dystopia and don't realize that's what it is, which is something I never thought I'd say. Yeah, model dystopia. A little weird. She said it took 5 years to write. Yeah, so she had to have been in her 30s. Okay. T-Dod. It was the grandest of holidays, and B3 was even letting its students have Friday off this week to prepare, an absolute rarity. Not that Tookie really cared. Where do you think the rest of them will be this year? Where do you think the rest of them will be this year? A girl with a nasal voice asked. I heard that a girl found one in a pot of boiling sweet potatoes, then burned up her hands real bad trying to get it. Tookie shifted on the floor. Now they were talking about smizes. Girls had been searching for the magical charms for days, fighting at water spigots, splashing through sewers, splashing in the Peppertown pool, which everyone knew kids peed in. She's 5 years old. I found the pipe where the gunk water from the Shivera hospital dumps out, a hopeful girl whispered. No one is going to be looking for smizes there. As more people see, if this is how they find models, just through like searching through water for like different talismans, like I just don't. As more people passed, as more girls chattered about T-Dod, Tookie began to feel lonelier and lonelier. It was yet another day when no one, not a single person, looked down on the floor and cried, oh, check out that girl down there. Is she just laying there while they, like, go around her? Or are they stomping on? Like, this is on her. Another super chat. Old School Kurt says, Love this channel. Your videos keep me entertained at my job. Keep up the good work. My save! Thank you. Thank you so much. All the students rushed past Tookie like water in a stream flowing around a rock. Oh, well, there you go. Why? Rubber sneakers almost crushed her fingers. Heavy boots nearly bumped her shins. A piece of paper fluttered out of someone's notebook and landed close to Tookie's left hand. The paper's owner, a dark-haired girl, bent down to snatch it, not even noticing that Tookie was there. Irrelevant, expendable, forgettable. All Tookie wanted was for someone to notice her. Anyone. Just a simple kick in the ribs or a sneaker sole that squished her hand on a textbook that slipped from a student's grip and fell on her large forehead. She wasn't picky. Torture me, please. Stomp on me. Do anything. I just want to feel alive. Spin, thud, spin, thud, spin, 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 thud. Tookie looked up at a spinning dervish approaching. I'm surprised she knows spinning dervish. Taking in her long, thick, curly, wheat blonde hair, her silver dollar-sized aqua eyes, and her perfectly symmetrical face, it was as if Tookie's wish had come true. Sort of. For here was her sister, Miracle. It's spelled M-Y-R-R-A-C-L-E. Someone who did notice her. Except, well, Tookie didn't really want her to. Spotting Tookie sprawled on the floor, Miracle began to sing. You are not my DNA. She gave one spin for each word, making the hem of her blue dress flutter. It was a dress Tookie guessed that would pass to her as a hand-me-up in a matter of days. Poor Tookie. Tookie rolled her eyes at her sister's mispronunciation of DNA. Oh, is that what they're doing? Beyond her looks and fancy flights of footwork, that what was most disturbing to Tookie about the Miracle, as Tookie's mother called her, was not that she was Tookie's younger sister. The most disturbing fact was that the Miracle was distinctly, indisputably, flat-out dense. As dumb as a lobotomized turkey, which is, not a metaphor. What is the other one? Simile? It's a simile that a dumb person might use. As dumb as a lobotomized turkey, and turkeys were said to raise their heads to the sky during rainstorms and drown themselves. Oh, Tookie tried to give her sister the benefit of the doubt. Miracle had memorized every intricate dance step of the 22 verses of the Shavera Shuffle, after all, and at least she understood the concept of DNA, even if she got the pronunciation wrong. But in all honesty, Miracle wasn't the brightest tube of lipstick in the makeup caddy. Luckily, Miracle pirouetted out of sight almost immediately. Problem gone for now. Tookie sighed and reached for a small, thick yellow book wedged under her lower back. It wasn't just any regular yellow, it was piss yellow! Just kidding. But the color of a taxi cab that had been freshly painted and spit polished. I see another super chat from Mr. Jahari. I don't see the message, though, so... Oh, I see one after. Okay. I believe lobotomized turkey was on Tyra's report card. Thank you. Again. And it wasn't just any regular book, but a collection of letters Tookie had written to people she'd encountered throughout her life. Not that she would ever dare send them. If you hear a baby crying, my neighbor's got a baby. So enjoy the ambiance. She called this book T-Mail Jail. Tookie found it ironic that the book's initials, TMJ, also stood for an ailment that impaired a person's ability to open her mouth. The front cover displayed Tookie's first name, handwritten in beautiful calligraphy. The spine of T-Mail Jail read, "Don't keep out." The back cover urged, "Invade my privacy, please!" If one were inclined to follow these instructions, the inside cover challenged, "I dare you to turn the page!" But no one dared, or more accurately, cared. A couple more super chats. One from Cartoon Kelly again. Miracle isn't the one on the floor, dum-dum. Good point. And one from David22. Allison in the words of Tyra. Be a star. Thank you. As the crowd continued to move around her, Tookie opened T-Mail Jail to a blank page. She closed her eyes, selected one of the dozens of colored pens tucked into the pocket of the book's back cover, and held it in front of her face. Blue, in her color code, was for the English language. Boring, Tookie thought. Blue was for the English language? Does she have a fake E-language? A model language? Tookie uncapped the pen, held the journal in the air over her head, and began to write to her only friend in the world. She had been missing for over 6 weeks now, and Tookie feared she'd never see her again. And this is written in a different font. Voldegast, thank you for the super chat. It's 20, it's some other currency I don't recognize, sorry. Because poor literacy is cool. Thank you. Alright, this is written in another font to indicate it's part of this T-Mail Jail. Dear Lizzie, it's day 39 of my great SPLD campaign, and everyone is still ignoring me. SPLD stood for Silent Protest by Lying Down. Tookie pronounced it spilled. I will not pronounce it that way. As an oblivious classmate almost whacked Tookie's head with a rusty fencing epee? Tookie licked the tip of her pen, gripped it in her right hand, and continued to write. She wasn't a natural right-hander, but her mother had slapped her wrist so many times for writing with her left that Tookie had begrudgingly made the switch. Oh my god! Being left-handed is different! You're punished for being left-handed, for having different colored eyes, big forehead. Oh my god! Oh, she back in her... Oh, she... Where did Ash go? Okay. Someone said hi, Ash. She must have walked by. This is so gross. Licking her pen. Alright, more of the letter. It hurts, and it hurts that you can't be here, and I can't tell you this for real. It hurts, too, that you disappear for weeks, and I have no idea where you've gone. Girl, you're my only friend! Can't you at least tell me where you've been? Anyway, everyone is caught up in the Day of Discovery happening this weekend. But even if they weren't caught up in all of the hoopla of the coming event, they still wouldn't see me. Perhaps I don't want them to notice me. I mean, this is... She pronounces it spill. This is a spilled number 39. Why not go for the world record? 40 days of lying on someone's cold hallway floor, waiting for someone to speak to me. But no one saying a word. 40 days of being invisible. Lizzie, there must be an association that honors achievements like this. I can hear my acceptance speech now. I'd like to thank the Spilled Academy. There's nothing more beautiful than a Forget-A-Girl being recognized by her own Forget-A peers. And let's not forget my dear family. On second thought, let's. Miss you, girl. Hopefully I'll see you today. FG Tookie. Man, she really wants this lexicon to be a thing. Over the I in her name, Tookie added a tiny FG for her Forget-A-Girl. Oh my god, that's what that is? Instead of like a smiley or a heart, she puts FG as like the, the dot on the I. This is how it's written in this book. There's no way. There's no way this book is real. I can't believe this book is real. A so bad it's good book. A so bad it's good book. But before closing T-Mail Jail, she thumbed through its previous entries, admiring the rainbow of colors, just admiring her work. Maybe people are just ignoring her because they don't like her. This could be it. Every color represented a different language. Flamingo pink for Gaudian, Cabernet grape for Très Jolie, Mandarin orange for Beijingle, and skyscraper gray for Colorian, the language spoken in the distant land of sans color. What is this word salad? There's words stuck together that shouldn't be stuck together. There's random... What is that? Beijingle is one word. Beijingle. Colorian. It's just color. Colorian. Whatever. Sans color. Just, is it supposed to be funny? Is it supposed to be satire? Sans color. Tookie had a knack for quickly picking up foreign languages and wrote whole letter entries in them. By the age of 11, Tookie knew 28 languages. Oh, stupid forget-it girl with her multiple languages and her different colored eyes and her left-handedness. All these things are relatable. The relatable is what I would describe this book as. By the age of 11, Tookie knew 28 languages. Now at 15, she spoke nearly every world tongue. The nagging truth, though, was that this incredible linguistic gift of Tookie seemed wasted. It was almost a cruel, cosmic trick. Why give this ability to a girl with whom no one wanted to speak? The thundering crowd in the Bangle, Bobble, and Bead Institute hallway started to thin. Tookie nervously smoothed out her shorts, closed her T-mail jail, and straightened her body out of its position suggestive of traumatic injury. And then she heard the bow-legged footsteps she'd been waiting for. She heard the bow-legged footsteps and the spurs. Patwang, patwang, patwang. Step, pause, step. Coming her way. There was only one person at B3 who had spoken to Tookie besides Miracle. Class president Theophilus Lovelaces. A new contender approaches. Theophilus Lovelaces. I wish that I could write a book this good. The very step, pause figure quickly approaching. It had been 1 year ago, almost to the day, but Tookie hadn't forgotten it. In truth, it was why she had invented the act of spilding in the first place. There were many letters in T-mail jail written to Theophilus, all expressing unrequited admiration and affection. Tookie longed to slip one into his locker, but she knew she never would. I feel like I need like a Modelland name or something like for this thing, like Alonius, Alisophilus, Theophilus, Alisetny. I can't come up with anything that's as bad as this. Tookie longed to slip one into his locker, but she knew she never would. A year ago, Tookie had taken a real spill, tumbling down the narrow spiral staircase in the cafeteria. This sounds hilarious. Yeah, Theophilus. Phalus. All she clearly remembered about that moment was one foot touching that first step and then both enormous feet flying into the air. She was falling. There was the floor. Boom! Tookie had landed so hard the world had gone black for a few minutes. Spots began to appear before her eyes. Bodies swept past her, but not one person tried to help. Tookie had just lain there, while the day continued as usual for everyone else at the Bangle, Bobble, and Bead Institute. But then a figure in a pinstripe jacket had appeared. Tookie's vision was all blurry, but she could make out a small, round button on the figure's lapel. Vote for love. Cartoon Kelly, another super chat. Aleficent. Ooh, I like that. Thank you. Alelois Proglois. Yeah, that's... super chat from Dragon Fruit Jam. $10. Thank you. Please use this money to buy a real book after this. Look, I already got... How about, the Star Trek book where Picard's a wizard at some point and there's dragons. How about this? Vote for love. Are you okay? Theophilus Lovelaces stood above Tookie like a royal guardsman coming to the aid of his queen. I feel like... Are you okay? The pin on his lapel was one of the good luck charms he passed out to B3 students in hopes of getting re-elected every school year. He'd never given one to Tookie, though. The noises in the cafeteria ceased to exist. Tookie was groggy from her fall. Her ears rang to the point of leaving her deaf, and her mouth felt like it had been anesthetized. But that didn't stop her from noticing his imperfectly perfect features. Sun-kissed, tightly curled hair, a left cheekbone that was sharper and more defined than the right. Why would you notice that? In sympathetic golden brown eyes, the exact color of true salted caramels. Tookie's favorite candy. He wore a camel-colored suit of the finest fabric, an indication of his family's prestige. They were the wealthiest in all of Metopia, and yet he didn't carry himself with an air of privilege or self-righteousness. In fact, he chose to attend B3 over a private school in his own neighborhood because he wanted to be among the regular people. And now he was smiling at Tookie kindly and generously, as though they were equals. Yes, she had wanted to tell him, I'm better than okay, but her mouth wouldn't work. Theophilus tilted his head to the side, his lip curling over a slightly chipped tooth. That was quite a spill. And then amazingly, he had reached down and taken her hand. Tookie's tongue was frozen solid. She had imagined what she must look like to him, like a rag doll without most of its stuffing and with trace lines of drool on both of her cheeks. Disgusting. After a few moments of Tookie lying there just staring, Theophilus stepped back, an apologetic look on his face. Okay, sorry. And then he turned around and left. They hadn't talked since. Wow, what a great interaction this was. Another super chat from Samir Salah. What's going on in this book? I'm so lost. Also, do you think you could read one of the Charmed books next? Piper voice. A Piper-centered one? Oh, man. I think we're all lost about what's happening in this book. I don't know. Maybe I'll read some more, like, So Bad It's Good books. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how, so far, I think this is going pretty well. I think you guys seem to be enjoying yourselves. I hope you are. Thank you for joining me. Now Theophilus was fast approaching. T-minus 10, 9, 8. Albert Talbert, the most disheveled student at B3, walked alongside him, his unlaced shoes flapping against the hard, shiny floor. I think Albert Talbert might be my favorite new entry in this. T-minus 3 seconds. 2. Maybe Theophilus would see her today, splayed out in the spilled. Maybe he would do as he did last year, standing above her, extending his hand, asking, "Are you okay?" And then Tookie would stare into his salted caramel eyes and tell him exactly how she felt. There's another super chat, Kevin Lechuga, $39, and again, I don't recognize what the currency is, but thank you. Thanks for the happiness, Allison. Hope you're okay. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. That's very nice sentiment. Thank you. I hope you're okay too. Theophilus crossed in front of Albert and stumbled over Albert's shoelace as if it were a tripwire. His body pitched forward. Tookie reached up her arms to catch him. Unfortunately, Theophilus caught hold of an open locker and steadied himself. Unfortunately, he didn't fall. Maybe this is why we don't like you, Tookie. Something plopped onto Tookie's chest, and she did a half sit-up to peer at it. Vote for love. Theophilus's button. Tookie stared at the button for a long time. Finally, she tentatively reached for it, thrilled to touch something that had so recently been so close to Theophilus's skin. Yes, give me that button with all of the sweat. I see the super chat from Cassidy Suleiman there. You forgot to add a message, so just send one afterwards. I'll read it. Tookie's hand was 2 centimeters from reaching vote for love when whoosh! A field hockey stick grazed her abdomen and sent the button flying across the hall. Oh my god! Tookie sat up fast, panicked. Their love was rolling right up to Manny Manuel's locker. I see another super chat from Cassidy, but again, I don't see a message on it. I'll read it once there's a message there. Thank you, Cassidy. It's mine! Tookie lurched to her feet and charged through the stomping crowd, nearly knocking Manny over. She scanned the floor for the button. Where is it? Where is it? Then she spied it. There, near that pair of hairy legs! The legs belonged to Abigail Good, who wore her super thick, long, wavy black hair with pride, even from her armpits. Abigail took a step forward and her sharp heel squished the vote for love button, which shot out from under her shoe. Tookie cried out in pain as if the button were her own tender skin. That's the creepiest way she could have said that. Love careened down the stairs. Tookie bolted at top speed down the steps, taking 2, then 3 at a time. Follow the love, Tookie, follow the love! A shiny black boot kicked the button and sent it sailing through the stale cafeteria air right into a trash can. Tookie pursued it like a lion after a zebra. She wanted that button. It felt like the only new thing anyone had ever given her in her life. Not that Theophilus had exactly given it to her, but Tookie wasn't one to quibble over semantics. Quibble and semantics in the Fart Factory book, huh? I'm just checking. I want to make sure that if Cassidy put a message, excuse me. I just don't want to miss it. It's very kind of you. Another from Cartoon Kelly. The insanity. I love this stream. Thank you. She reached the trash can, took a deep breath, and plunged her hands into it. She felt slimy banana peels, congealed macaroni and cheese, crusty heels of bread, and sticky soda cans. Finally, her fingers curled around the button, and she pulled it out with glee. I remember this from the Top Model reenactment. They had Laura, I believe, was the model who was digging through the trash can, and they were like, we don't want this to feel comedic. That was their complaint about her acting. They thought she was too comedic with it, so they are absolutely being serious about this. This scene is absolutely serious. Someone says lag. Is that... Oh, okay. They were just misspelling something. I thought that the stream was lagging. The poor thing was badly damaged, dented, and slimy from its voyage. In fact, it no longer said vote for love. Instead, the V and the O and the E in the first word were gone. The F and R of the second were totally erased. And of the last word, the L was knocked into non-existence, and the V was scratched so badly it resembled a K, but the E remained intact. Tookie almost threw the button back into the trash before her eyes focused again, and she saw that it was now spelled its own version of her. Tookie. This is insane. Did Cassidy ever say something? I didn't see it, Cassidy. I'm sorry. Please send it again if you send it and I don't see it. I see another one from 8mad, also without a message. Thank you, 8mad. Just send a message afterwards if you're planning to send one. Me! She gasped. Oh my god, Tyra never saw anything about her in her life. And then she looked up. To her astonishment, Theophilus stood at her side, staring at her gunked-up hands above the trash can. He was quite short, only coming up to Tookie's chin, and there was a whisper of a bemused smile on his lips. You find what you were looking for? How much damage did... There's no way this happened to this button, that all of these, like, letters would just be rubbed off from people stepping on it. This makes no sense. It was astounding. Amazing. The second sentence Theophilus had ever said to her. Tookie stared at the button in her hand. Maybe she could show it to Theophilus. Look how your slogan changed into my name, she could say. Don't you think it's a sign, too? Theophilus? Tookie's and Theophilus's heads swiveled to the left. Zarpessa Zariano. Zarpessa Zariano. I'm sorry. It's hard to... I just gotta show you how this is spelled. Zarpessa Zariano. Focus. Focus, darn you. I just don't... It's all French. Zarpessa Zariano strolled into the hallway with long, single-textured, bone-straight auburn hair, flawless skin that didn't need an ounce of concealer, eyelashes that required not a stroke of mascara, and a tall, lean body kissed with subtle curves that she made every head in the B3 hall whip in her direction. Oh, I see. Okay, I see the message from 8mad. I can't help... Whoop. I can't help picture Tookie as Tina Belcher. It's pretty good. Another from Cartoon Kelly. Sense is for people who aren't Tyra. Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god, these descriptions. It's my immortal. Is what it is. Where is it? Where am I at? And just like that, Tookie's heart dropped into her hand me up shoes. Hand me up is not gonna... Quit trying to make fetch a thing. It's not gonna be a thing. Her hand me up shoes, which were 2 sizes too small. But her heart grew 3 sizes that day. Zarpessa was Theophilus's girlfriend. They'd been an item for the past 3 years. Another super chat from Dana Himrick. This is so much worse than I remember. Oh, so you've read the book. I'm so sorry. There you are, Zarpessa trilled. Oh. There you are, Zarpessa trilled, singing in her golden-hued dream... Swinging her goldenrod-hued dream bag. This year's $5,000 it purse in her hand. She glided toward Theophilus with the grace of a swan and held up a massive poster written in gold glitter pen. Zarpessa Zariano presents Theophilus Lovelaces for President. Again! Can you really say Lovelaces, like, just add an S to it and then it's fine? Like, Linda Lovelace is the lady from Deep Throat, isn't it? Julian Smith says, Naomi Campbell reads this when she needs a laugh. I bet. Before she throws a cell phone at someone. Real cool. This is made with real gold dust, Zarpessa boasted. My father had some to spare, and our mayor's sister's psychoanalyst neighbor's BFF told me that the posters written with precious metals like this are definitely get you reelected, she added. Theophilus turned his attention from Tookie and looked at Zarpessa. Oh, great Czar. He unconsciously reached to the area of his chest where his Vote for Love button used to be. The empty spot made him pause for a moment, flustered, but then he kissed Zarpessa gently on the lips. It was hard for Tookie not to stare. Oh, how she wanted it to be her lips Theophilus was kissing right now. She had imagined it so many times, she and Theophilus alone together in the dry Peppertown forest, their lips moving closer, 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 and finally touching to give Tookie her first and only kiss. Zarpessa would be forgotten. Tookie would be remembered. I was rooting for you, Tookie. We were all rooting for you. The happy couple walked away arm in arm, leaving Tookie alone by the stinking trash can. She slipped the button into the pocket of her shorts, the fabric so tight she could feel Tookie digging into her hip. All sorts of emotions flooded through her. Hope, then disappointment, then embarrassment, then shame. Even if Theophilus had spoken to her, it wouldn't have meant he wanted to know her. It would take a miracle. No, not Tookie's sister, but a real miracle for Theophilus to notice her in the way she wanted. And for Tookie Delacreme, miracles were impossible to come by. End chapter 1. My god. There's another super chat from Melena Kiss. I'm following along with your reading for now. Are you, like, reading your own copy of the book, or you're just, so far you've been able to follow it, but let's see if you can follow it at all after a while. Thank you. I don't know, how long have we been going? I'm not sure how long the stream has been going. This is just one chapter. Yes, we are 20 pages in out of 500 something. I feel like we probably should take a break for now. Does this sound good? Yes, that was one chapter. It felt quite long. About an hour. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. We'll see. I don't know. Did people like this? Should we keep doing this? I would like to keep reading Modelland. An hour 20. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to everyone who showed up. Thank you to everyone who did super chats. That was very kind of you. Okay, more people seem to... Okay. All right. Well, we'll continue doing this. But for now, I think we should take a break, or I'm gonna just blow out my voice and read a random chapter. No, we gotta go. It's confusing enough already. All right, thank you guys. All right, we'll do this some other time when I got some free time, hopefully soon. Oh, I got another super chat from Pie is Not Real. Was Tookie on the floor the entire chapter? I think no, she was until she went to the garbage can near the end. She dug through some garbage. Don't forget that very important scene. Come back today. Aw. Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I'll be... Oh, Cartoon Kelly, another super chat. Yes, more of these. Thank you so much. Okay, well, we will do more of these. But for now, I'm gonna head out. Oh, another... Oh my gosh. This is a $50 super chat from Mr. Together's account. Oh my gosh, thank you. He said, here's some missed Patreon payments. I admire the hell out of you and your work. Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Should I chat with you guys for a little bit? I don't want to like let this... I don't want to make it awkward. But if you guys are wanting to chat, these super chats are very nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. I just didn't want to miss the super... Oh, another... People keep giving me super chat. If you keep giving me money, I guess I'll stay. Dark Echo 1 says, can't wait for the cats. For the cat. Oh yeah, the cat's in the book. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna get crazier. It's gonna get crazier. I know it gets crazier. Will Miss J appear in the book? Someone's probably a stand-up. They did have the Manny Manuel or whatever, which is probably a stand-in for like J Manuel, right? Or like a nod to him for Mr. J. Modelland with a vengeance. The what? People are like, the what? Well, I mean, if you... I am going to save these streams, so if you miss them, they're going to be on the... going to be on the channel. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to spoil the cats thing. We'll just wait till it comes up. Hold Allison hostage with super chat. Will Pot Leadum be incorporated? Oh, please. I feel like it has to be. If they put Smize in there, they have to have the Pot Leadum. Jellicle cats. We're talking about cats in the book. Yes. Thanks for Baywatching with the OSW lads. Oh, thank you. That was really really fun to do. Those guys are great. Okay, all right. For real, I'm gonna head out. But this was a great time. Thank you for coming. And how many? Okay, one more thing. I'll tell you how many chapters there are, and then I'll head out for realsies. Let me see where the table of contents. Do they have a table of contents? Good God. You don't even give us a table of contents. Let's see if I can find the last chapter. It's like epilogues and shit. There are 47 chapters. 47. All right, for realsies. This was a good time. I'll see you guys around. Bye. Oh, another. Okay, one more super chat from Kevin Lechuga. Tyra's beautiful word saved us. Thank you so much. All right, for real. Bye, guys.